Can we talk about, speaking of the Eagles, Jalen Carter leads the league in pressures with
Crazy.
20? With 20? I just sit there and watch. I'm like, I really had to block that.
Okay, now does it make you feel like as bad that he's doing it to people?
Oh, it makes me feel so much better. He used to make me look like an idiot.
So mad. Tate would be like, bro, I just don't know what to do. Like,
But he got me so much better.
Yeah, I will say that. You have to try to beat him with speed and then, like, just have to be strong.
It was just like Jalen always kept you guessing because he could do both so well. Speed, he could finesse you or just straight run through your chest, and there wasn't much you were doing about it.
You know,
like Coach Star was like, "Oh, you need to get your hands on it." He was like, "Oh, doesn't matter with him."
No, he didn't play D-line going into his junior year or senior year of high school.
He also punted.
That coach up in Athens got them boys playing pretty good ball. Anyway, I love you, son. Go Dogs.
Well, we're back.
We are back.
My shorts are still short, and my hair's still flowing.
The flow is back, baby.
The flow is back. It's been a little minute, but we're excited to get this thing rolling again.
Yes, sirski. Loafman.
Like, follow, comment, and share and subscribe.
Hit that like button.
Thank you. And comment about my shorts. And you can find us on all platforms. Real Talk Georgia, GA.
They comment about my shorts.
I mean, that's what they like to do. If your wife likes my shorts, you don't have to leave a comment. It's okay. My dad told me the worst mistake I ever made was when I was younger. My mom got all pissed at me about something. She said, go up there and spank your child. Said he went up there and like half-heartedly spanked me. And I looked at him. I said, that didn't hurt. He said next time he made sure it hurt. There's no telling how many like spoons have been broken in my household. Because if my mom was like cooking or something and we went like pissed her off, she grabbed the nearest thing and half the time it was a wooden spoon and just snap it. Mom's a small lady with a lot of force.
How's life been, Tate?
It's been life. It's been going, day by day right now. How's life been going for you?
It's been pretty much the same season, long grind, 12 games guaranteed. Trying to get to those 15, those 3 extras in the postseason, but you got to take it one game at a time. Ready for this bye week. No fly. My body needs it.
Yeah, body needs a bye week. And what's crazy is it's not even like necessarily the games, it's the practice.
We practice a lot harder than we play. Like, we practice a lot harder than the games usually.
I think it's just like how quick the reps happen. Like I'm off the field while y'all are on, but at practice we're on at the same time, and it's like there's another group and then it's us back again, and it's always just going so fast, so it's hard to catch your breath.
I think that's why we're so fresh in games, because some sudden change might happen, like last week, the fumble or whatever. But most of the time we're on the sideline for like 6-5 minutes. So like we're sitting and really just.
The worst to me is when, let's say like we go on a longer drive and then y'all get a 3 and out. Longer drive, 3 and out. I'm just over there. Give me the oxygen mask.
That's why I used to hate being on punt. Because it was like, if it wasn't a long series, like punt was right back up, I'm like, dude. And like Auburn 2021 was the first time I ever like started or played on punt. And I was out there 3 times, like back-to-back. I'm like, bro, what in the world is going on right now?
So I got a question. So on offense, it's probably you could make the argument offense or defense, but on offense, like you have a long drive, like you said, and then first down, second down, you're sitting there on the bench and you guys get like a fumble or a pick. Are you just like, son of a bitch?
I'm not going to lie. There have been some times that I'm like, please get a first down. Please get a first down. That sounds horrible because I'm over there sucking wind. But usually it's early in the game that happens. Like once you get into the game, you really don't get as tired. I don't know what causes that, but it's not like as much like that kind of stuff. It's more like, okay, my legs are getting tired, stuff like that.
On defense, special teams like Makai runs one back or something like that. You're just like, dude, come on. I got to go back on the field right now.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm being on punt. I'm so glad I'm not on punt no more. I love being able to help my team on special teams, but those quick turnarounds, and then you got to go cover, and then you might be out there on defense. Nah, I'm good on that.
That's how I feel about PAT. It just feels like you're just there to get teed off on.
Bro, like something like UAB, oh my, they were so mad. Like they were just every field goal we had, they were just like, man, this suck. I put this much on it, y'all ain't gonna go to the natty. I put that on it. I'm like, you're just mad because you're losing right now. Like, and I hate being on the other side of that because, like, when South Carolina scored, like, they were, like, so hyped. I'm just like.
It's kind of funny. I talked the guy in front of me out of rushing me, especially if it's somebody that starts on their defense. I'm like, listen, man, like, I know you want to save this effort for an actual play. It actually worked. He looked at me. He's like, you're right. and then just didn't rush hard. It's like, thank God.
I be trying to make them mad. I ain't gonna lie, like, cause most of the time I'll have like a little small DB on me, and I'll be like, "Dang, you a little strong little fella." And I'll put all jacket above me, be like, "Bro, let me go."
I'm like the South Carolina game. Back to like kind of what we were talking about before. If you would have told me that I played 80 snaps that game, I wouldn't have believed you. But Sunday morning, I felt every single one of those snaps.
I remember you saying that. I think the most I've played this year might be like the higher side of 30. Like I haven't played like 40 or 50 or nothing, but like playing 80 snaps in a game, bro, I'll give it to you.
Well, y'all also got like different packages. Like offensive line, like we rotate occasionally up front, but it's not like we have different linemen that go in for pass plays or different linemen that go in the run block. Like 80s, I woke up the next morning, I was like, I felt like I got hit by a train. I was like, oh my God. And then UAB, I played 60 something.
Any funny stories just so far out on the field this season? Like anything funny just happened that like
I know there's something funny that happened with Brock. I just got to think of it. It's just
he's a funny individual.
like, oh, Auburn, when he went down, ball came out, went up to him. I was like, Brock, were you down? He said, yeah, man, I was down. Like, we don't got to worry about it. And then, like, we're on the sideline while they're reviewing it or whatever. I hear somebody else ask him, Brock, were you down? He's like, man, I don't know. I was like, Brock, what? I was like, you just told me you were down, like, without a doubt.
But, like, the thing is, like, they really tried to go pick it up. Like, I'm like, his back has already hit the ground, and he let it go. And then they try to go pick it up. Like, I'm like, bro.
Well, with Delps, I was standing right there next to it. Like, literally, as he got hit, I was standing there. And I looked down. I'm like,
You didn't think nothing about it. You thought he just let the
I was
ball
like,
go.
oh, shit, there's the ball. So I reached down to get it because, like, it's like you'd rather be safe than sorry. 2 Auburn players just on top of it. I was like, oh, my God.
That's the worst thing. Like, if you're ever that guy that jumps on the ball and then it's just like 30 other, like, well, not 30 other people, but like 10 other people just jumping on the ball.
I didn't.
Like, bro, get off me. I already got it.
I didn't figure out I was claustrophobic until the UAB game. I, like, went clean up a pile, and I fell. I felt my helmet, like, bend because so many people were on top of me, and I, like, started freaking out. Our offensive line, like, I was in there till 10 o'clock watching film the other night. We watched 3 games.
Yeah, I'll give y'all that. Y'all do that every week. Don't matter who we're playing.
It's like I'm trying to see, okay, what's giving away him going this way, going away that way. And that was the hardest thing about the Auburn game to me is they did a really good job of disguising what they were going to do.
Who's been the toughest D-line that y'all have played so far this year?
So far this year, Auburn.
I was about to say, talk about that Auburn game because, like, Jordan-Hare, I think I heard a stat where it was, like, the last number 1 teams that went into...
Haven't won.
Yeah, Auburn has beat the last number 1 teams that went into Jordan-Hare, and you guys are, like, the first one since... I don't know how long.
That atmosphere was great, I thought.
Electric.
Especially when they started doing the swag surf. I looked at Sid, and I was like, Sid, this is supposed to be, like, intimidating other teams, but, like, this is awesome.
Bro.
I was like, I loved, like, I was sitting there, like, in awe of just, like, watching everybody do it at once. I thought it was awesome.
And I said it to somebody else. I can't remember who I was telling to, but it was like, what's your favorite place that you ever been on the road? I'm like, a lot of people going to say Tennessee, but Jordan-Hare is, you hear, like, that bird, like, when it's flying. Like, you hear, like, how the crowd just, like, goes crazy when you're in the locker room. I'm like, damn, like, what are they doing? Like the first
that I will say that's kind of intimidating when you're sitting in the away locker room and you can hear the stadium from the locker room, and you're like, okay, like this place is about to get rocking, and then getting booed when you run out.
Like you come out,
I kind of like that feeling because it's like you against the world type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of enjoy that, just knowing it's just you and what you have, kind of like Coach was saying.
Like Coach Shu asked us, I think it was Tuesday. He asked different guys in the defensive room. He was like, what's your favorite part about playing defense? And he asked me, I was just like being the villain. Like whenever, no matter if you're home, away, somebody is trying to get one up on you. Like no matter what's going on. So it's like, I love being that doubted, being that, oh, he can't, or they can't do it, or they won't get it done. Like that, I love that part of like football, I guess, for just playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
No illegal procedures at Auburn either.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I'm not going to lie. I could hear Carson's clap well. I couldn't hear the ready, but I could hear the clap. His clap was really loud and consistent. Yeah. I think that really helped us because I think he had to do that during the week because Coach Smart puts us in crowd noise during the week. During practice, we'd go up to him like, Carson, we can't hear your clap. He's like, I can't hear my clap. I was like, well, you should probably clap louder. He's like, I'll try that.
That was one thing, like every time y'all crossed like the 50 or the 40, like going towards our end zone, I always come down to like y'all's little sideline. and like I was hearing like it was crisp. Like Gunner has like probably the most consistent clap that I've ever heard from a quarterback. Like his hands is just like it's gonna cut through anything. Crowd noise, like Coach Smart yelling, like his clap is.
I would say that's probably the only thing I disliked about Stetson is his clap wasn't always very loud.
You said it was hard in those away games to distinguish it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crowd, once you like got it, you
got it
locked in. But
like on third downs, it was like you're sitting there like listening, and you think you hear it, but if I get to that point like where I really think I can't hear it, I just stare at the ball, and it's really onset from that point. I want to know the stat on that though. How many like SEC teams or like bigger games have went into Jordan-Hare and not had a false start?
Yeah. Is it nice when it's like quiet on defense?
I mean, it wasn't like loud, but it wasn't just quiet either. Like their fans, they're kind of obnoxious. I'll say that for sure. They were kind of obnoxious. Like, and I was kind of provoking them towards the end of the game, especially when Malachi got the pick. I was standing like on their where their student section was, and I was just waving at them.
Oh, yeah,
like,
their student section was right behind our bench.
It was just like talking so much. I was like,
oh, when Dejon scored that touchdown, it was right in front of their student section. And like I think a lot of us just we celebrated right in front of it.
mm-hmm.
If I could have $1 for how many birds were shot at us, I think it would be pretty rich.
Bro, I thought Dejon was like, when I went back and watched like the game, I thought Dejon was running past and was saying something. No, he literally was just handing the ball to the ref, and like they were just like talking so much. Like it was especially being right there behind the end zone too. They were letting you have it.
Yeah, that place was electric.
So first half of the season down after this game,
That is still crazy to me.
Yeah.
It does not feel like we're about to play our 6th game.
Outside of Tennessee and going to Neyland, what other game are you looking forward to?
Probably this one we're about to play.
I was about to say, is this game bigger than when Ole Miss comes? Because Ole Miss is down the road too.
Shoot, Missouri too. Missouri's playing.
How did we go from saying we have a cupcake schedule to having, 4 or 5 ranked teams on our schedule?
No idea. And it's funny because, like, Auburn fans...
Like, we've got some...
2 of them are still undefeated.
And we have some, like, these teams are good. It's not like, okay, maybe they shouldn't be ranked. Like, no, they should be ranked. Like, they're good.
Missouri's really...
Pretty much every
Like, I'm
SEC
looking
school
forward to
should be
this game.
ranked.
Like, this game is going to be just a fist fight. That's what I told the media the other day. I was like, this game's going to be a fist fight.
Every year since I was a recruit, Kentucky playing Georgia is going to be a bloodbath. Like, whoever's going to run the ball, whoever runs the ball better, most of the time is going to win that game.
They have like the same
mantra
basically, like physical football team.
Yeah.
And their D line,
and I respect them. Like I was anytime we play Kentucky, like except for last year, I couldn't get jiggy with that game. It was too cold.
it was cold,
and I got hurt, so I'm just standing there, shoulders stiff. Like I'm just like, bro, please let me go to the locker room. Like, I can't do anything.
I burnt my leg hair off standing next to the heater. My gloves had, like, char marks on them because I was so close to that game was miserable. Every time that wind blew, felt like you were getting slapped by a belt.
It wasn't bad, like, when the sun was up, but when it went down.
That Mississippi State game was really cold, too.
It got cold, but it wasn't bad as Kentucky. It got cold, though. I will say that.
Was the Missouri game cold, too? Was there another game that was...
It got chilly. I wouldn't say it was cold.
Missouri 2020. Did you go? Were you?
I remember our heater caught on fire on the sideline. That's when Truss's number fell off, and the ref was like, "You've got to go off the field. There's already a number 3 on the field because Zamir."
Yeah.
And Truss was like, "What are you talking about? Like I'm 73." Looked down and the 7 had fallen off his jersey, so he runs to the sideline and they draw the 7 back on with Sharpie.
What?
Yeah.
I got to go back and find that because
That's unbelievable.
I don't remember that.
I remember Truss was pissed. He was like, "Man, like we're about to go victory, like blah blah blah." He's like, "Y'all don't need to do this right now." He's like, "It's fine." And they're like, "No." Coach Luke was like making him like draw it on or whatever and send him back out there for 2 knees.
What? I never like. I knew the 7 fell off, but I did not know they like try to draw it on with. Wow.
They didn't try. They did. They drew it back on with Sharpie.
That's one thing I will say. Our EQ team does think very fast. Like they're gonna get stuff done. I'll give them that for sure.
Oh yeah, they get it done. And I like how every week they have whoever's jersey it is ready to wear 77.
Yeah. Who's wearing it this week?
I think Micah.
Okay.
and I got to wear South Carolina, which was really cool.
So is he just gonna like rotate it from like
I'm sure it'll go back to Sid or Truss, somebody.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to be able to do that, in my opinion. I think it's really cool. It's kind of weird because I talked to him. I talked to Coach Charles about it. I was like, Coach, like, this is kind of like a lot of pressure. He's like, it's not pressure. He's like, you can't think of it as that. He was like, this is like an honor. He was like, you should like be like thankful you get to wear this number. He's like, don't make it go out there and make you rethink how you play. And like, it's hard not to because you're like, I'm wearing Dev's number. Like, I've got to play good this game. Stuff like that.
Like sometimes I literally just walk on the middle row just to like look at him and say what's up. Like
we leave a seat open in the offensive line room.
Yeah, like in like we used to come in there for the
swell sessions.
Anytime I walked in, I'd sit down in my seat and I just look up above the door and I'd say what's up to him. Like it's just
I miss him,
man. It's like crazy.
Me, Sid, and Truss were talking about the other day. He was just like so energetic and like changed rooms with like how he was.
Even when you didn't want to practice, like even when like you just didn't have the energy, he was just gonna be like, "Hey, come on, my boy, like come on." I'm just be like, "All right."
No, it damn well he didn't want to do it either.
He didn't want to do it either, but it was just like
my favorite was him and Sid when they'd argue about Louisiana and New Jersey. Sid would say something about New Jersey. They'd be like, "Man, your city smell like piss."
That was the thing, but Dev was hilarious. Oh my god, man, I miss that guy.
Those arguments. Let's think about those arguments. Made me laugh so hard about start crying. They used to go at it, like to the point like we're like, okay, like y'all gotta calm down.
Who's one person that can always get said like that? Who like from the teams that you
get said that bad?
Yeah, from the teams that you outside of him.
Oh,
me.
Broad?
You.
100%. All I've got to do is right before a play, smack him on the ass, and he can lose it. And then I'll be like, "Hey, Truss, do it. Get him. Truss will buy. Bam. He'll turn around like trying to swing." Oh, I think all of us can. I think our whole offensive line, like, it's like funny to us when Sed's mad. And he was like, "You only do it because I get mad." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's hilarious when you're mad."
It is kind of easy to get up under your skin.
I was like, if I smacked you on the butt and you didn't react to it, I wouldn't do it again. Yeah. It's the fact that you turn around and like try to grab me and like that makes me keep doing it.
Yeah, Lee. All right. Fist pump feature of the
And don't forget, we got trench talk.
Yeah,
Don't forget about that one. You want to start with trench talk?
I can open with trench talk. The Auburn game didn't have my best game there. Yeah, it was rough for me. Got in my own head. Let a couple plays ruined my whole game, so kind of a bad deal. I was frustrated that whole game, and it ended up just turning like my play, and like I had a million things running through my head each play, so I ended up playing pretty poorly. Definitely the worst game I've played all year. But before that, I think I've been pretty solid throughout the year, but that game was definitely a step down from where I had been.
Better than you stepping on Truss's foot and then getting bulldozed over.
Oh my! I need somebody to find that video. It was the first drive of UAB. I take a pass set, and Truss didn't have a big split, like a split. He was really close to me, so I set, and we're already interlocked. And I get bull rush, and I go to put my right foot behind me, and I catch Truss's right on my back.
You just see it. I see it from the side. I'm like, who is doing Tate like that? And I just look up, and I'm like, he didn't really do that.
I was like, the ref came up to me. He's like, "Hey, when you're going down, like, don't pull it with you." I was like, I honestly wasn't expected to be going down. Oh. Also, funny stuff that's happened is the Auburn game. They were like cramping up or whatever. And I was like, man, y'all need to drink some more water or something. I was like, we'll get you a Pedialyte. And 2 drives later, I'm cramping. I was like, I can't go down though. I've said too much.
You feel that cap was a little tight.
It was like I had to sit down a bull rush to play before, and it was like my hip and my glute just cramping up. I was like, oh, this is not good.
My trench talk of the last couple months, I guess I'll say letting Spencer Rattler get away twice. I could have had 2 sacks that game.
Kick and play ball.
I am still like so mad at myself because one of them I literally could have just like pushed off and literally just like, but the other one I tried to jump. I'm like, why did I go back and watch the game?
And I remember the one where you tried to jump. I feel like that's your natural reaction.
I'm like, why?
Because I used to do it. Because in high school I did that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd have an open lane, and you're thinking, oh, he's gonna throw it.
Yeah.
Did you guys expect that game from Spencer Rattler, the game that he had?
I knew he had it in him. Kid can play ball. It's just a matter of putting it together, I think. I mean, I knew they had a good team. They had a really good defense.
Yeah.
Oh, that number 0, I can't remember his name. Man is a wrecking ball.
Was he outside backer?
Inside. I mean, in his eyes, there was no way around.
Just straight
through you.
Straight bull.
I remember I was getting a call from somebody, and I looked over there, and that was right when Carson said hut. I turned back, and the first thing I see is him coming on a plug. I'm like, oh Lord.
Well, over your years, who's been that blitzing backer that you don't want to see?
What's his name from Tennessee? 33.
Jeremy.
Yep. Jeremy.
Banks.
Jeremy. What's his last name?
Banks.
Banks. I mean, he hit me so hard I didn't know where I was for 2 plays. And I was like, how is he like? I mean, it hurt. I was like, it's like one of those where he hits you and you're like, hold on a second.
You got to collect your thoughts. You're like, okay.
Jeremy was, because it wasn't just a one-time thing. He did it a couple throughout the game, and I think our whole offensive line would agree with that. He was,
Is he still there? Or,
he's gone, I think.
wait, I thought he was in the same grade as me.
Might have transferred, because I know he's not there.
Now, if you wanted the fist pump feature, you can. I figured we'd get the worst stuff out of the way, though.
This pump got a new scooter, so we can't drive to class anymore. So I had to get a scooter so I can get from class to class.
Why can't you drive to class anymore?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like a university-wide thing, but I think if you get like more than 8 tickets, like you can't park anywhere on campus at all.
Yeah, they like revoke your park.
Like, yeah. So it got bad the past couple semesters. So they told us you're not driving to class. And a lot of people invested in scooters.
And I have a moped.
I was about to say, is it a moped scooter or is it like a bird?
Like the birds.
Yeah.
I get some funny looks on my moped.
Speaking
You
of,
see me trying to go up the other side of Lumpkin if I get stopped at the bottom of the red light.
dude, I can't
Like
even
struggling.
imagine you on a moped. That's so funny. Did you see the new NIL deal with like Utah with the trucks?
I thought it was like, okay, they're giving them trees.
I thought it was a joke. Everybody got a Dodge. The guys that have scholarships got a Dodge Ram.
It's
I don't think they get to keep it, but it's
it's a
a lease.
6-month lease. Or it's a lease until their eligibility is over or they transfer.
Regardless.
Because I did see the little their emblem on the side, like the back of the cab, well not the cab, but the back of the tailgate or whatever. So I was
I mean,
like,
but still, you got to think. There's guys on our teams that don't have cars.
yeah,
That's something. NIL's getting,
like that's their only thing in Utah is there's football.
and they're good.
Yeah.
They're like us too, I think.
Yeah.
Physical.
Yeah.
Like, try to be really physical.
You see how they did Florida the first week? Bro, they were physical-ish.
And they lost to Oregon State.
Oregon State's pretty good, though. They're decent.
Was that a blowout or a good game? I can't remember.
It was like 21-7.
Oregon State scored that 21 in the fourth. Because I remember I was watching it, I was like, this is too good of a game for me.
It was
to
a
go to
Friday night game.
Yeah, it was
the
on a
only
Friday
thing
night.
on.
I was in the hotel. Dylan Fairchild said to me, like, man, turn off the TV. I was like, man, you don't like watching like good football?
Did you give you?
Fist bump feature of the week. Starting this again. Did a little bit.
I forgot how fun it was. Like, literally just coming here, like, just talking.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just, like,
It's enjoyable.
taking my mind away from just, like, football or school all the time. Like, yeah, we talk in the locker room, but, like, actually sitting down and, like, having something, like, to talk about.
Yeah, that's like, everybody's like, why are you on the game right now? I was like, man, like, this is how, like, get away from everything. It's like, I'm on here talking about the most random things in the world with friends. Is like, football, like, doesn't cross my mind. School doesn't cross my mind.
Facts.
Which is probably not a good thing all the time, especially with school, because I know there's something I probably could be doing.
I think I got a reflection due tonight. Bro, so I'm in a film class. Like, it's literally sociology of film. So we watch movies. We watched a movie called Crash. We watched Frozen 2. We watched Get Out. What's the other one? I think it was just like a documentary. It's probably been the best thing of my semester so far.
Is Get Out the like scary one? Yeah, no, I would have taken a 0 on that. I hate scary things.
Get Out isn't scary. It's just like they were literally trying to manipulate his mind. I guess like every boyfriend that she's had has been a black guy. So she's taking him home. I think the last one before him was working for her family. Like, her dad was like some type of surgeon. He literally would like cut people's brains out and like replace their brain with somebody else's, like with a Caucasian human. And
You could say white, it's okay.
a white human, and literally just changed their whole like thought of like life.
Funny you say the Caucasian thing, is it just reminded me of like, I can't
I didn't want
remember.
to say it and just be like,
Oh no, I can't remember who it was or what game. It was after we kicked a field goal. I looked at somebody's defensive lineman and called him a cracker, and I got the craziest look. I said, "What did you just call me?" I was like, "You heard me," and then ran off the field. I told Sid that, and I think Sid thought it was the funniest thing he's ever heard.
that's one thing about being on the field with Tate. You can hear some of the wildest things that you would ever think of in your life. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Somebody else, Truss is like that too.
Truss is,
Bro. That's another thing. Him and Sid is notorious for doing it. Like, I'll be pass rushing, and like they'll just like somehow grab my nipple, like, and they'll shut that half of my body down. It's like, I'm like, please let go, please let go.
it's not a, it's a,
It is like, bro, please let go now.
I remember it because Sid did it the other day. Coach Scott was like, "ZLo, what are you doing?" You said he grabbed my nipple.
Grab my nipple, coach. I couldn't keep pass rushing. Like, it shut my body down.
And for some reason, it's always me and Sid. Like it never fails.
It's always the left one. Like they always like when they turn
Right
their head
hand.
over.
When we, it's like when we grab and we do this, I think it gets caught like in between. I've got another fist bump for you. Have you heard of those remarkable things? Like the e-notebooks?
No.
They have like lines and like you can save it to certain files and stuff and like transmit it to your computer and stuff
what
like
Chaz
that. Chaz uses it.
Okay, like an iPad, but all you
Yeah,
take notes on
I
it,
got
and that's
one.
all you can use.
And I love it. I use it in meetings. I like have a, like right now I have a whole folder on Kentucky. Like I've taken notes about players, like their, like what we're doing and stuff like that. And it's awesome. You were talking about the worst pain you've ever been in with the nipple thing.
Yeah.
I had a dream Tuesday night that I had tore my Liz Frank again. And in the dream, I am in like excruciating pain. I wake up in a cold sweat with my whole right leg cramping up. Foot, calf, quad. I'm talking like fully locked out.
That's one of the worst things. Like you catch a cramp in your sleep.
But as soon as I wake up and got off the bed, it stopped.
You guys are athletes. You guys ever got cupped, like cupping?
Oh, yeah.
I had that done for me. I got some back problems going on. My hamstrings are super tight. I got cupped the other day on my IT band on the right side of my thigh. Literally the worst pain I've ever been in my
Oh,
entire life.
I will never
Rolling your IC band hurts.
Oh my gosh.
anything with the IT band. Like Miss Lori, our massage therapist, she is a small lady, but
Bony, like in his
has more power. Like I'm talking, she's had me in tears a couple times. Like I'm sitting there like wincing up, like trying not to react to it. Oh man, IT bands hurt.
Yeah, it's bad. And when you move, like the stationary cupping, like that's manageable. But when they're
Start
moving,
moving it.
oh my god.
Have you been needled?
No, not yet. But that's probably
So
gonna be.
I get
next.
my traps needled because my traps get like really, really tight. It's like as soon as that needle hits my trap like jumps and like sucks the needle in. And I hate it. But it's like almost the only thing that'll get my trap loose again. It is awful. I hate it.
Was that a lifted Forerunner with lights in the rims?
Yep. I hate kids.
A lifted Forerunner with LED like.
I bet you I could describe what he looks like. He's a scrawny white kid, long hair, like you know, like the flow, but it's going forward.
Is the hat backwards or
Hat backwards, with the hair still coming out of the front of the hat. That's exactly what
Is
he
he
looks
short?
like. He's short, yeah. And if he ever gets in trouble, he brings up his dad somehow.
He might be right. Blind draft. Let's get this thing on the road.
Patrick was mastermind behind this one this week. So
All right. I had a few different options for blind draft. We decided on this one because we were going to save some other ones for a little bit later on this month or upcoming episodes. So for this week's blind draft, we're doing post game. You just finish a home game here in Athens. You want some good food. So we all know how the blind draft works. I'm going to throw out 5 options here. Rank it 1 being the best, 5 being I really don't want that after a Saturday night game. First on the list, food, not drinks, Polly's.
5. I don't know. I've never.
Actually, 3. Their crepes are busted.
I've never been to Polly's for food.
Their crepes are.
All right.
You should go get a crepe. Shout out Ben. Their dessert crepes.
I haven't done like any this week. I'm a savory guy, so I've done like buffalo
I
chicken.
think I got like a Nutella strawberry.
Pretty good. Next on the list is Porterhouse Grill. Good steak dinner.
Post game, 4
4.
for post game. After a game, I don't know if I'd want to go for a steak.
You're not feeling like super hungry.
I'm feeling hungry. I don't know if like steak dinner, like that kind of vibe.
All right.
I'll go 4. I mean, I don't even know what that is.
Steakhouse, like right over yonder. Pretty good.
All right. Third, got to throw in some Latin American, a little Tex-Mex, Taco del Sol.
I love Mexican. I love Mexican after the game, so I'll probably.
2.
I don't know what the other 2 are gonna be, so I want to throw it at 3. I'm gonna throw it at 3.
All right. Next one is a little bit of a favorite of ours. Batty's Burgers.
5.
5.
I really like Batty's, but I've never been there after a game.
I hope the last one is good.
I really like Batty's though. So banana
I
pudding.
want to put Baddies at 1, but I want to put it at 2.
listen, I haven't seen this list, but I don't know what could be coming next. So if it's at least half decent, you may want to put it in the 1 spot.
All right, I'll go Baddies at 1.
Going Batty's at 5. I'm risking it.
So I tried to cover different types of cuisines here. You got porterhouse steak, you got Tex-Mex, Taco del Sol, you got burgers, Polly's. So I tried to be fair and switch it up. You can get a few different things here, but Chuck's Fish.
One, give it to me. Give it to me. I knew it. Give it to me.
1.
Give it to me.
1.
But the real number one,
And the next here is any honorable mentions because there's
Senior Soul.
What is it?
Senior Soul.
I haven't been there yet.
Mexican restaurant off Atlanta Highway. It's the go-to. It's never that busy. Quality food.
I always go to either La Paria.
And their beer is cold.
La Paria is not bad.
Yeah, they have one.
I was really hoping you were going to throw in like a Waffle House in there just randomly.
I was hoping for marker 7.
Oh yeah.
Marker 7 is my if I can get into Marker 7, like I'm going in.
What's the go-to marker set?
Grouper nuggets and fries. No cap.
Got to get the buffalo shrimp. Got to eat either the fish sandwich or one of the platters. Platters are always really good. But that buffalo shrimp trapeze has Guinness on tap now.
I might go get some of their fries for dinner.
Trapeze, I go there a lot.
ZLo, I may join you because I haven't been to trapeze in a long time, and I don't live here anymore.
What
So
was that chicken sandwich that Annabelle got us? No, it was the
Carolina dip.
Carolina dip.
was that the last episode that we recorded with Sed?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I got my clip cut short about Neyland Stadium. Thanks, guys. After I went on to say that our fans are sick and that place would explode if you put our fans in it, but no, we got to get it twisted. So we had to take a break. Thanks, guys.
They took that and ran with
Oh. I thought Georgia fans were going to kick me out of Athens.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was bad. Really? It was bad. When Saturday Down South posted it, I was like, holy shit.
Dude,
That was a big enough page that I had to go comment on it because fans were like ripping me.
it blew up like
fast.
insane. Like that's
The
unbelievable.
structure, it traps sound. Okay? That had nothing to do with the fans.
If we didn't have our
Our fans
jumbotron right there, like
and filled it. That's Neyland.
like I don't know what was so bad about it that
The way the clip was cut short, it sounded like I was bashing our fans because I said no offense to our fans or Sanford Stadium, and then said that, which sounded like I was talking about like, oh, it's our fans or whatever. No, it's the structure of the stadium. That place traps noise because that stadium is like, I'm pretty sure it's like the worst fan experience you can get there because like it's so old.
would you rather go on the road in Neyland, Happy Valley, or the Maze,
The maze.
Michigan?
That was the big house.
Big house, my bad.
I hadn't heard it.
And Happy Valley's
Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah.
What about the construction zone that is Vanderbilt?
See the guys working during the games. Had the like hard hat and everything.
They get a free football game. They get a free ticket to the game.
Yeah.
But-
So I don't know if you guys saw we hosted Bussin' with the Boys. A few
Yeah,
weeks
I was kind of jealous.
We'll have to get you about that.
I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty jealous about that. I watched the video and it was just like
I watched the YouTube video. Yeah, Hibbs was just all over. I was like,
Hibbs was all over it. But
Will
they-
Compton sat in my locker. Just saying.
Yep. That's right. But they walked out of the stadium saying Sanford, I think it was Will Compton's take. I think it was both their take, Will's and Taylor's. They said
It's like the
that
perfect
it was
mix.
the perfect mix between like a little bit of NFL, a little bit of college, like kind of the best of both worlds, Sanford Stadium, which I hadn't heard a phrase like that, and I thought that was pretty good.
Pretty accurate. But that place gets rocking. Like if you're in front of our student section, that big student section over there on the east end zone,
yeah.
ooh, I've heard you don't hear much. When we score right there, it's deafening.
Like outside of my son being born last year, like my highlight outside of
Tennessee
his
game.
life was being on the field for the entire
That Tennessee
game. That was
Screw being in front of the student section. That Tennessee game, we were sitting on the bench. Like I remember we were trying to like make adjustments, and Coach Searles had to like write what he was trying to say on the board because we couldn't hear.
If it didn't rain, and the rain made it even better.
I thought the
If
rain
it
would like
didn't rain. Oh my god!
that game was not fun for our offensive line. That was when
Tennessee's biggest complaint. Was like, oh, we only lost because the rain.
the rain we slowed down because we had we knew we were running the ball. They knew we were running the ball. Everybody in the stadium knew we were running the ball. Everybody watching the game knew we were running the ball. I look up, I'm like 8 in the box, sick. Which is just like, and at that point, it's like there's no guess at what you're doing. Like it's like you just got to move people, and then it's like they bring bliss, you're getting bam, bam, just peppered by people.
I say it all the time. Like I wish I played offense, but I don't want to give people the satisfaction to tee off on me. Like I know where I'm trying to get to, but I know it could possibly be somebody coming from the opposite
But
way.
pass pros flipped. If you like really think about it, like pass pro, like you're moving backwards while someone's coming at you.
It's like a DB, like running, like a DB is running backwards while a receiver's running.
You can't get bull rushed as a DB.
Yeah, you can.
But you can, but bull rushing is it's the guys that have a really good mix of both that are like the
Because
most worries.
you fear the speed, but he also has that power.
Which that's what I like about guard. It's in a phone booth, but on the edge, like the first person that pops in my mind is Adam Anderson.
Yeah.
I remember he had the quickest get off I've ever seen in my life,
Is that
Then-
made you not want to be a tackle anymore?
Yes. I figured I didn't want to be a tackle. Figured out I wasn't a tackle. He beats me around the corner. Next play, I open up. He bull rushes me and brings me off my feet. I'm like, okay.
Dang, I miss Adam, man.
Yeah. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah, he did go to Rome.
I remember watching them in high school. Their whole D-line went D1 that year. Ooh,
They went state.
yeah. No, yeah.
Was that
Violent
like,
against
are they
them.
like that powerhouse?
They were. They aren't anymore. But when he was there, that's when they had Jemias Griffin, backfield, who was at Ole Miss. Now he's a running back. He went to Oregon State. He just came from Oregon State to Ole Miss. And then he had another brother who played on their defensive line, Jaquan, who went to Tech and played defensive line there. A couple skill players go. Their quarterback went to Virginia Tech. One defensive lineman went to Navy. Adam went to Georgia, and then the other one went to Duke, I want to say. But yeah, they were loaded.
Kind of looking forward to playing Britton Dom at Tech.
Oh yeah. And Buster,
Yeah.
I like Buster. I can't wait to see Buster. But Dom had a good week last week. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he had like 150
He just never could stay like
healthy.
bro. Like Dom, our freshman year, that boy party like
Our-
a rock star and come to practice and ball.
I remember it was my junior year, so we played at Jordan-Hare. Did we play at Jordan-Hare our first 2020?
2021.
2021.
My junior year.
So 2019, I went and
Yeah.
I was at the Auburn game, and I was in the student section. Only one wearing red. I remember I got Coach Pittman's attention on the sideline because I was right behind where the offensive line was meeting. I was like waving my arms. He like looked at me. He's like, he was like waved at me. But I remember I was like looking at my buddy that I was with. I was like, how much you want to bet Dom scores on this drive? He's like, no, like no way. I was like, no, like he's really good. Kid you not, 2 plays later, just like a 60-yard bomb to him. I looked at him. I was like, told you.
Yeah, Dom was a ball player. Oh god.
Can we talk about, speaking of the Eagles, Jalen Carter leads the league in pressures with
Crazy.
20? With 20? I just sit there and watch. I'm like, I really like had to block that.
Okay, now does it make you feel like as bad as he's doing it to people?
Oh, it makes me feel so much better. He used to make me look like an
Tate would be
idiot.
so mad. Tate would be like, bro, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm in fucking.
But he got me so much better.
Yeah, I will say that. Like, cause
But-
now it's not many ways. You have to try to beat him with speed, and then like just have to be strongish.
It was just like Jalen always kept you guessing because he could do both so well. Speed, he could finesse you, or just straight run through your chest, and there wasn't much you were doing about it.
You know,
Like Coach Star was like, "Oh, you need to get your hands on it." He was like, "Oh, doesn't matter with him."
he didn't play D-line until going into his junior year or senior year of high school.
He also punted. I was the better punter. Just saying.
Like he played.
I give you the defensive tackle in high school, but I was the better punter, Jalen. If you happen to see this,
But yeah, he played tight end and fullback.